According to dictionary.com, to hack is to circumvent security and break into a computer system, usually with malicious intent. That means, by definition, hacking is breaking into someone else's system. So therefore, it must always be unethical, right? Well, not exactly. Sometimes companies might want their systems broken into in order to test how good their security is. In fact, there exists a whole branch of hacking known as white hat hacking that is committed to doing exactly that, testing security through ethical means. That's only part of the answer, though. Hacking is becoming much more complicated with the abundance of valuable information on the internet, ranging from your personal information to companies' trading secrets. The scary reality of the internet is that the black hat hackers, or not so nice hackers, can access all of your personal information unnoticed in just hours. All they have to do is break into any website which you have given your personal information to. And while that's not easy, it can happen to even top technology companies. For instance, in 2013, over 150 million Adobe users had their personal account information, including credit card numbers, compromised. Obviously, most people, especially the Adobe customers who got hacked, would find that hacking that database is wrong. Leaking credit card numbers and other personal information onto black markets, where they sell for $5 to $10 per user, is fraud and decreed unethical by various international laws. But what if the hacker wasn't targeting innocent customers and didn't intend to exploit anyone for personal gain? What if that hacker was an activist and a hacker, or a hacktivist? Well, whether or not hacktivists are justified can only be determined on a case-by-case basis. The most famous hacktivist group is the Anonymous Group, which has frequently used distributed denial of service, or DDoS attacks, on government, religious, and corporate websites to support WikiLeaks, the Occupy movement, and anti-copyright laws, all since 2004. Obviously, the ethics of these movements are controversial. Supporters have called the group freedom fighters and digital Robin Hoods, while critics have described them as a cyber lynch mob or cyber terrorists. Governments have also used hacking to promote political causes, one example being Operation Stuxnet, which has delayed Iran from creating a nuclear bomb. Under supervision of the United States and Israeli governments, Stuxnet was deployed in 2010, and it has ruined 1/5 of Iran's nuclear centrifuges by speeding them up until the uranium inside was made useless. Some countries would agree that this is ethical, as Iran would very likely use nuclear weapons as a threat against Israel. Other countries, though, like Iran, would disagree. Governments are using hacking for much more than just promoting foreign policy. They are using it domestically as well. The most prominent example of this is the NSA, which, according to documents leaked by Edward Snowden, a hacktivist in his own right, are monitoring nearly all internet and telecommunications in the United States and recording them, forever. They do this under many pretenses, like protecting against terrorism through their 3 hops rule, which stipulates that the agency is allowed to travel 3 hops from its targets, who could be people who talk to people who talk to people who talk to you. Given that the average person has 190 friends on Facebook, 3 hops would lead to the NSA being allowed to monitor 5 million people from just that one person, which is more than the population of Colorado. The NSA has also made deals with various companies like Google and Facebook, the 2 most popular online instant messaging platforms. Anyone can be targeted at any time, and it seems that the NSA has no real limitations on the information they can or cannot gather. In the United States, surely the biggest question related to hacking is whether or not the NSA is justified in their actions. Another part of the reason that the NSA has been able to monitor so many Americans is the lack of clear laws regarding hacking in the US. This is in part because the rise of the internet has only happened in the past 20 years, and lawmakers are still unfamiliar with the latest technologies and what laws should be made around them. In fact, lawyers are often the butt of many programming jokes in the technology industry. That's a problem, because hacking is only going to become a more powerful tool. One of the reasons that it's going to become an even more powerful tool is that people are going to carry even smarter devices around with them. Smartphones are soon to be replaced by small watches that emit 3D images and lenses that you can place directly on your iris that, in addition to your location, will track your vital signs, where you're looking, and every action you do. Most people will literally be stored in computers through 3D scanners, and identification systems will be set up that take a person's DNA as input. All of this information, especially what people are doing on a daily basis, will be hacked, and the ethics of what is acceptable to hack needs to be made clear by the government. Another reason is that robots are only going to start controlling more and more things in people's lives. What if someone hacked a Google car, although unlawful, to save someone's life? What if someone hacked a medical robot to save one person's life over another? These are more far-fetched examples that may be over 100 years away, but it would be nice to have the ethics of both robots and hacking laid out ahead of time.